Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Black Eagle Community Center in Great Falls, Montana for Armsageddon Back for More. Introducing first, in a right-handed match, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Brad Stone Cold Prince.
Brad Stone Cold Prince coming out here, 57 years old, Calgary, Alberta service technician. He is ready for this rematch, guys. He's got the same vest on as last time. Andrew, how does he look to you?
Yeah, Brad looks much better tonight. I know that last time they did this, they were at a lower weight class. And now they're competing, I believe, at a higher weight class that Brad is more comfortable pulling in. So I expect a very different outcome.
Our second arm fighter is from Billings, Montana. Please welcome Kevin Playboy Roy.
All right, here comes Kevin Playboy Roy. He's 33 years old, a truck driver. And last year at Armsageddon, when they had this match, Kevin was the one who came out victorious. Is that how you think it's going to go tonight, Dakota?
I'm actually very intrigued about this match. Brad not having to cut as much weight. I think that could play a big role. I think the refereeing is going to play a big role in this too. Last time from what we saw in the match, Brad was into a King's move, acquired a lot of stuff, and we'll see if he gets that. Tail the tape here, guys. They're both 5'7", very close in weight. Almost identical all around, actually. Just a good matchup, hey, Andrew?
Absolutely, and for anyone who doesn't know, we are in this rule set. Elbow bobbles are allowed, and they have 15 seconds to get a ref script. So that's going to play a key difference also in this matchup, I believe.
Yes. And here we go, guys. We're about to get underway. Both competitors at the table, ready to grip up. Miles Hutton, head referee. Luke Cody, down ref on this match. Armsageddon, back for more, is underway, guys. 15-second grip up this time, Andrew. How do you feel about that compared to a 30-second?
For Kevin, I believe that's definitely a plus, and I think that's something that he's going to like a lot because the grip was what he had the most difficulty in their last matchup. And also with Kevin being more of a power guy, he's really just going to want to get in there and get all of his energy put into the side pressure and not waste so much of it in the setup.
100%, and I think that the shorter time to fight can play a huge difference. Going into referee's grip so fast, you can't get as many advantages, you can't fight for it. If something doesn't get acquired, they just go like this. And here we go, guys. Go! And you can see Brad takes the hand very dominantly right off the start. But if you remember, last time they did this match, Brad did the same thing. It went to the strap, and that's where Kevin really worked Brad, got him into a deep hook.
Yes, and now I see that Brad went for a really low hand move. Is that what he normally does? For some reason last year, I feel like I remember him getting higher knuckles at the start.
Well, you can see with that low hand, it's something he's been working on, really getting that wrist from Kevin Roy. I think he likes a high hand, but with someone like Kevin where they match up very similarly, I believe he feels the low hand may be a better option for him at this point. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, it seemed quite successful. I feel like he's probably not going to go anywhere else. I'm very curious to see how this strap goes. They're still in a referee's grip. Both guys asking for cap, I believe. Miles going to be very strict in this referee's grip. Looks like Brad's webbing is a little bit higher, though.
Yeah, I think he has the webbing advantage for sure.
Oh, both guys went early. No warnings called. Re-gripping them. And you can see Brad with the hook here, pulling him back. Kevin holding. What a battle to start off this, guys. Kevin holding at the pin line. No call yet. Very close. Oh, man. This is a burner. Both these guys fighting for it. Brad, I think Brad should stay in tight here. And what was the call there?
Let's see what the call is.
No call made by the official yet, taking the strap off. We'll see if that was a win or if that was a possible foul. And winner given to Brad. 1 round to Brad Prinz. Quite a different outcome than last time, hey?
Yeah, I think the strap favored Kevin last time because it was able to take a lot of the hand out of it. But this time, with the higher weight cap, I think Brad was able to put down a lot more power. But now we need to see if Brad is going to have the endurance to keep this up, because actually, to me, it looks like Brad was working a lot harder than Kevin.
I would agree with that, especially in this replay at these angles. You can see Brad really grunting all the way down. I'm not saying Kevin's not working here, but it looks like, you know, when you're in a defensive position, you're holding like that. Sometimes if you're in the right spot, you can be exerting a lot less energy than someone who is leaned over the table, putting it all out there. And both these guys giving it their all. I think if this goes the way it's going right now, we could see a trilogy between these guys.
I think so, and I think that no matter the outcome of that, we do want to see at least one more with these two, because, man, they never have a match that's not exciting, and this is already turning out to be great right off the bat, right into a war.
How lucky are we? This is the first match of the night, guys. There are so many stacked matches coming up. Andrew, I know you have a match yourself coming up. Unfortunately, your opponent got changed, but, man, these matches are great. Great venue out here. And just so you know, too, guys, when you guys are watching and you're like, oh, they're taking a while to come up to the table here, they are being very strict on the minute in between rounds. At the rules meeting, that was something that was said, very important. You cannot go up to the table early. You will take your minute and you will take your time. So we saw that in full display in round 1. These guys are gripping up in round 2. And Andrew, what are you thinking about the setup so far?
It looks like Kevin's going for a deeper grip. I think he might try to fight without the strap this time.
Yeah, and he gets it, and he gets deep on there, and gets a better stop at the center. Very interesting, though. Brad is working his way down. Kevin is holding, but he's stretching himself out. And Brad is just like, he just gets a latch on you here, and he just doesn't stop. And he's constantly rotating. Oh, it's so close. Luke's wanting to call it, and there Luke gives the call for the pin, and Brad Prinz up 2-0 very early on Kevin Roy.
Yeah, I thought I saw a little bit of an elbow foul from Kevin there, so I wasn't sure if they were going to stop the match for the elbow foul, but it looks like Brad was able to get the pin in before the elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was kind of smart on Kevin to try and take the fight outside the strap just to save as much energy as he can. But what you could really see, especially from that camera angle, was the grip advantage that Brad had. He had a much deeper wrap, and when you're trying to pull in the hook like what they're doing right now,
you can see Brad's hand is not on the peg, though, on the replay. I think that is something to keep note of.
Ooh, good catch.
Not that that's tough for a referee to call, and it's a very minor thing, but definitely something you want to keep in mind. Brad looking good still, but I agree with you. Sorry, what I was getting to, Kevin's hand was very low there. I think a higher hook is what Kevin should be fighting for in this.
Yes.
He should be wanting to grip high. He can still dive into that hook, but when he dives into that hook, he won't be so low on Brad's hand.
Yes.
And it'll make it a lot easier.
Definitely focusing on keeping the knuckle high and probably getting a little bit more back pressure and rising pressure is going to be the key in order to knock Brad outside of his shoulder, because what I feel like I see from here is that once Brad gets his shoulder committed, it's very difficult for Kevin to fight out of that position.
Yes, I agree. And I just got to say, this camera looks phenomenal, hey, compared, like, this camera angle. I think the fans at home are really, really fortunate. This is a great lighting, great angle. And we go to a ref script very quick here, guys. You can see that it does not take long for 15 seconds. When you have a referee like Miles Hutton, he wants to get straight to the point. He wants to get these matches done on pins, on wins, and there's not much messing around.
No, Miles is very straightforward. He's a great ref, and he makes sure everyone gets a very fair start. I've never heard anyone ever complain about Miles as a ref.
Well, I got a pull yet later, so we'll see. But
yep.
But here we go, guys.
Different setup.
Oh, and Brad gets where he wants to with a very fast press. Very, very impressive 3-0 win for Brad Prinz. And I was just filling in for Kevin Roy, guys, so you're going to have Andrew and Kevin on the mic from here on out. But it was a great time, and you'll see me back commentating Andrew's match later on.
Absolutely. It was great having you on. And definitely, I think we saw that that weight difference definitely helped Brad a lot.
Wow, yeah.
We have Brad here. How did that go for you, Brad?
Not bad this time.
3-0, that's pretty good. Did you do anything in particular to prepare for this match?
Yeah, I trained a deadly dungeon like a son of a bitch.
Anybody that you would like to call out for a future match?
Whoever is willing to take me on, I'm ready.
All right, we'll be back after these messages. Thank you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Playboy Roy with Armsageddon back for more. I'm here with Andrew Quintana. I just had my match. Rematch with Brad Prince. Stone Cold, baby. He came in ready for this one, did he not, Andrew?
Absolutely. He looked like a whole different person tonight. The increased weight cap definitely played in his favor, but that just means we get a trilogy out of this.
Yeah, that's right, folks. A trilogy. Let's get ready to throw it to Andy. Let's ready for our next match here.
Our second match of the night will be a left-handed match. Our first arm fighter is Tomas Cyborg Bourque.
Tomas Cyborg, ladies and gentlemen, this kid. I say kid, he's 36 years old. He looks amazing. He told me how old he was earlier. And a foreman, hey, anything to do with your hands, Andrew, right? Has a lot to do with this sport.
Yeah, you see it over and over again that these guys who work with their hands just come in and can be very dominant right off the bat.
Just right off the bat, yeah, it's incredible.
Our next arm fighter to the table, Nick Thrasher Abell.
Nick Thrasher, we know him well, don't we, Andrew? One of our teammates, close friends, MCA, Magic City Arms out of Billings.
Train with him every week, and every week he gets better and better. This match has been a year in the making, so I know they're both excited to finally get on the table and settle which one of them is the best. And this is definitely going to be a big inside battle.
Oh, I think so. These guys are both very evenly matched on the table as far as experience and pulling style goes. And here we go. Got the tail of the tape coming. A little bit of a height difference and the weight seemingly the same. What sticks up to you, Andrew?
Well, it's got to be that bicep difference. Definitely. Tomas putting in the work this offseason. Everyone said he put on a lot of weight and he got stronger where he needed to. So let's see how he's able to put it down on the table.
5'4", 150 pounds of meanness. And, well, I don't know. You say the bicep matters a lot. Well, I think my bicep's a bit bigger than Brad's. And he still beat me. He still put me down.
That's true. That's true. But for them and the way that they pull, especially being inside, we're going to see a lot of this go right onto the bicep.
Yeah, very true. Especially Nick's style. I haven't seen enough of Tomas to really predict how he might pull here. We're getting ready. Oh, and a really good start from Nick the Thrasher. Whoa, what did you see there, Andrew?
Well, I see that Nick obviously came in with a different game plan. We expected him to go inside, and he went right over the top.
It's like a high hook type top roll thing. I mean, that was quick.
Absolutely. I think if you paying attention when they do the replay here, we'll see that he was setting up, I believe, to go inside. But I think he felt that the top roll was there, then he just rolled over.
Yeah, you could see there his hand, Nick's hand, coming up high on Thomas's knuckle. And I think regardless, I think Nick was just a tad bit stronger in that placement than Tomas was.
Yeah, and I definitely think speed played a factor there. I looking at it, and from the other angle, I think that maybe Tomas might not have been quite ready, so we might get a little bit more of a match next time.
Yeah, very good point. I might, like myself, kind of a defensive arm wrestler. Some guys are. This is how we do it. And, you know, like I've heard before, you always have to attack the attacker. And I certainly didn't, and I don't think Tomas did there either. But let's see if he's a little bit ready, a little bit more ready here on this round.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see if he gets the nerves out.
He looks a little bit more tense here, ready to rock and roll. And it still did not matter. Nicholas with a quick round again.
Yeah, Nick just had an impressive showing at North Americans a few weeks ago.
That's
so
right.
we know he's firing on all cylinders. And Tomas hasn't had as much opportunity to compete this year. So we were a little bit worried that he just might not have quite that fire when he gets to the table. But I think that if he's going to turn it on, that this is obviously the match that he has to turn it on for.
Yeah.
And I want to see him try something a little bit different. I want to see him dive forward and just go for it and fully commit, because it doesn't seem like he's having much success with going through Nick's hand.
No, not at all. Nick's hand, I will say, is very, very just a concrete type hand. I mean, he trains with Hunter, and your hand has gotten incredibly better too. I mean, you've always had that big thumb in there, and Nick, you know, all this hard work that he's put in is really starting to show. He came here today, a lot different mindset, I could tell, and it's showing here on the table right now.
Oh, he's definitely locked in. Here we go. Let's see if we can see something a little bit different.
Tomas not really liking the setup, complaining a bit, and he should. You know, you should get what you want, especially the last two losses he's had so far. Still looking like he knows what he's doing. And we're going to the ref script by the looks of it.
Yeah, Nick's hand position is very dominant. It looks like Tomas isn't able to get what he wants in the grip. So maybe he might go for no cap and just try to slip. That's what I would try to do in this situation where the hand felt hopeless, but let's see what they decide to do.
Miles Hutton setting him up here, head ref. Luke Cody down ref. About to get some fireworks here, folks. Bang, another win for, well, let's see. False start on Nicholas.
Well, they don't call him the Thrasher for nothing. He is fast and he will hit you hard.
Well, like I said, if he trains with the hitman, then that hit is everything. And he has certainly learned it, mastered it by the looks of this match so far.
Yeah, very different movement than what we're typically used to seeing from Nick, so this is very impressive.
Usually kind of like a downward pressure sink back, and I think that this approach has definitely made all the difference in the world.
Yeah, not relying so much on that chop, like you said, to get that down pressure is definitely making a big difference.
Good analysis, yeah. Oh.
Foul. We have one foul.
One foul on Nick Abell here, folks.
Okay. No foul. Shoulder. Is it?
Take off. No, it was the one. Take off.
We get a down, we get a thumbs up, and another win. There we go, excited at the table. A win for Nick Thrasher the Abell, man. My goodness.
Yeah, Nick, he's just been training, and I think what we saw there was that just fundamentally all the way around, Nick was just stronger in every area.
Yeah.
He's just put in so much work over the last year.
And we're going to get some questions here from Nick. Down with Andy. Here we go.
All right, we're here with winner Nick Abell. How did that go, Nick? 3-0. That was pretty amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's, you know, I finally broke the damn Canadian curse on me from losing Canadians for the past year, so I'm fucking happy.
Anything in particular you did special to prepare for this match?
Honestly, with the preparations with, you know, my team Magic City Arms and even with Hunter Broughton, you know, training with me every day, 3 times a week, it's honestly been up in my game severely, just from Vegas to traveling with him. You know, I can't thank him as much.
Anybody you would like to call out for a future match?
Austin McLeod, how you say last name, Austin, and Jeron Blackmore.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much, Nick. We'll be back after this break. Our next match is a left-handed match. Our first arm fighter to the table, Luke the Mechanic Cote!
Luke Cody, Gear Grabbers Garage, has been such a big supporter here, and we just love him to death.
Yeah, Luke is a mainstay now in this Mabel series, and one thing that we know about him is he has that super mean defensive top roll.
Yes.
So it's going to be really interesting to see if Austin McLeod can break through it.
Very interesting indeed. You know, I know when Luke first kind of came on to the scene, well, as far as for me anyways, I saw him at these tournaments, and we clicked, and I think he's got a lot of talent. You know, age 49, he looks a lot younger than he is, in my opinion.
Our next arm fighter to the table, from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, Austin McLeod!
A lot of good arm wrestlers coming out of Red Deer, folks, and we'll see what this guy has to offer. 2 years in the sport. Supposedly he's got a good top roll. A top roll versus top roll, folks. It's going to be a banger. We put on a hell of a card. Let's see if we can see something other than 3-0 here in this next match.
Yeah, Austin is a great arm wrestler. When I did research on him before for my analysis, I was really impressed, especially with his battles with Zack Munro. So I'm really excited to see how this goes.
Tail of the tape, folks. A big height difference there, but I tell you what, man, the elbow to fingertip is a little bit slight difference there. But you'd think with the height in Austin's side, it would be a lot bigger, but we shall see.
Yeah, I don't think Luke will particularly mind with his style of pulling. The height difference might not affect him as much, since I'm going to expect him to go out and away in like almost a sweeping fashion to try to absorb his top roll. But, you know, a high posting top roll versus Luke's kind of defensive low hand, usually the high posting top roll has the advantage there. So I want to see if Luke makes any adjustments.
Very good analysis there. As I saw it, these guys hooking up right off the bat, and you can see it right there. Austin in a bit of a hook. He looks pretty comfortable, but Luke looking to make a little bit. No, and could not make a difference there in that round. Goes to Austin. What'd you notice there, Andrew? I mean, you could tell Luke kind of pulled back a little bit, almost like we were talking about with Nick earlier.
Yeah, I think maybe he was thinking that he needed to go to a slightly different lane.
Yeah.
And he decided to use more down pressure than up pressure like he normally does. But I don't think that's going to work on Austin. I think his back pressure is too strong. So I definitely am going to want to see more of his traditional movement, and hopefully gets a little bit more outside and sweeps his hand out, so that way he can really catch him, try to absorb some of that power. But it looks like the strength difference might be a little too high, unless that was showboat. But I don't think it was. That was really confident.
I don't think so either. I think that, you know, those couple of moves that Luke made, adjustments rather, Austin really took advantage of them. But, you know, Luke seemingly never really seems to let any loss get to him, as far as I'm concerned. That I've seen him in every match, every tournament. He really comes back to the table and assesses what he needs to do, and he makes the adjustments.
A round one loss is nothing new for Luke. He's come back from so many round one losses. As a matter of fact, I think almost all of his wins might have been from that position.
No! Tough loss on that round for Luke. That was a very quick setup. You know, I often tell Luke he needs to get what he wants. Don't get right up there and just say go. You get what you want up there, absolutely.
Yeah, getting really comfortable in this setup is going to be really key for him if he's going to find any way to get in. Sometimes all it takes is getting a little bit, like getting 1 centimeter further back on the thumb, or getting just a little bit more out on the fingertips can make a difference, 10, 15, 20% in power.
Big difference.
And that can make all the difference in terms of the way the dominance. And if Luke can get a stop and wear him down, then, you know, it might be a fight here, but that was kind of a high hook there, so I'm a little bit worried, because that's, you know, a very dominant move.
You could see in those replays, Austin with a little bit of a different approach, shooting in almost like a punch, if you will, at Luke's thumb, taking away every bit of offense that he has.
Shoulder square. Shoulder square.
Okay, folks, and now we know we're having some technical difficulties on the M spot on YouTube, but bear with us. We'll get it going here soon. Luke, a little bit more in this round, but I think Austin's playing with him, and he was.
Austin wanted to give him some room to work and see if he could get in there. Great competitor, great sportsmanship. But yeah, I think today Austin just showing that he's one of those guys who's really hungry. He's coming up, and he wants to be part of that new generation that takes over.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a look at this again. Austin stopping him with his back pressure and pronation, and Luke just had nothing. Let's take a look at Austin down here on the floor with Andy for some questions. Andy, go for it, son.
We're here with our winner, Austin McLeod. All right, Austin, how'd that go for you? 3-0 against a tough component.
It was good. Luke had more stopping power than I anticipated. He felt good in the setup. Good back pressure, decent hand. It was an honor to pull him. It was good to be on this event. Thank you, Red Deer. Thank you, Dion. Thank you, my family, for the support. And it was great.
Any special preparation for this match?
Just same old training. Just working on the weaknesses, and that's about it.
Anyone you would like to call out?
Nick, let's do this in August.
You heard him, Nick. Let's do this. All right, we'll be back to you after this break. Our fourth match is a left-handed match. Our first arm fighter from Post Falls, Idaho, Nick Eloe!
I love the theme song. Hi, Andrew. That's good stuff, man. Nick trains with Andrew Wiedebush in Post Falls, Idaho. Good guy, man. I love practicing with this kid. Power move, winning. I love it.
Yeah, this music's definitely suits him. I've been seeing his online antics, and should have seen this coming for sure.
Our next arm fighter to the table is from Cranbrook, British Columbia, Jeron Blackmore!
And he made it down, folks. We were a little worried there a little earlier that he wasn't going to make it, but here he is in the flesh. Jiren, the Blackmore brothers, man, good people. I love that they're in this sport. He's a logger. Again, the occupation, it does matter a lot, man. 4 years in the sport, power move, hook. It kind of surprises me. He looks, every time I've seen him, Andrew, he almost looks like a top roller.
Yeah. No, you were absolutely right. He says his power move is the hook, but we've been seeing the top roll, and he's coming off of a loss right now to Zack Munro, so we know he's going to be fired up for this.
Tail of the tape, folks. Pretty evenly matched, except for that height and a little bit of a weight difference, of course, but I don't think Jeron's really too scared. But, Nick, man, he goes right into his lane, and he's hard to move from what I've experienced with him, so.
Jiren is very confident in his power inside, so I don't think he minds the weight difference either. But let's see if that is all talk or not.
Yes. He is all games right now. He is not letting Nick get what he wants at all.
Stop.
Yep.
Ref grip.
We are going to the ref script, folks.
Yeah, tonight with the 15-second ref grip over the traditional 30-second, I think we're going to see a lot of ref scripts for sure.
Yeah, and what do you think of it, Andrew? I kind of like it. What do you think?
Personally, I think that as a inside puller, when you're going against another inside puller, then it's great because it pretty much guarantees you end up wrist on wrist. But versus a top roller, I'm not so sure how I feel about it.
Ready, go!
Jiren looked like a bit of a disadvantage there at the beginning. We're in a hook war right now, just exactly where Nick likes to be. Blackmore looks pretty comfortable, though, doesn't he, Andrew? Let's see.
He looks really comfortable. Let's see if he can weather this storm, but I think Nick has a much better grip.
Oh, and a foul, ladies and gentlemen, on Nick, I believe. Yes, one foul. Elbow foul.
Since it was a foul, I'm not sure if we're going to get a replay, but I feel like right before they started, Jeron had a dominant hand position, but right before they started, it looked like he dropped his knuckle a little bit and got a little bit of a lower grip, and I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, at least from my view, I thought he was in a bit of a disadvantage, but you're definitely seeing a little something different than me. So I like this this view here. You kind of see whose webbing is in a little deeper.
Yeah, with these camera angles and this video quality, you don't miss a thing.
No, not at all. Jiren carving in a bit, and it shows. Ooh,
one foul.
One foul.
Movement in the ref grip.
Okay, so obviously I like what I just saw there, but I'm not sure that Nick was ready for that hit, so maybe we're not going to get too excited. But definitely he's trying to change things up a little bit. Let's see if it goes the way he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, was it a different move, you think, than that first time? Jiren had a little bit different approach.
Ready, go!
There it is, yep. And that's a win on that round for Jiren Blackmore.
To
a little
me,
bit different of approach then, yes.
Yes, yeah, he went for a shoulder roll instead of a drag hook, which I think is smart because obviously it looks like Jiren has the speed advantage, and if you can get that shoulder rolled over your hand before your opponent can engage and you push him right out of his shoulder, there's almost nothing you can do at that point, unless you're just so much stronger that you can just rip him right back out of his own shoulder. But the strength difference has to be pretty great to do that. So I think switching from a drag hook to a shoulder roll was definitely a smart move on Jiren's behalf because he launched himself forward this time.
Yep, definitely a huge difference there. I think that Nick, I think their strength is pretty even, but I mean, obviously on that round.
Sometimes, if you're fast enough, you don't need to be the stronger guy.
Yes, very true, very true.
And I think Jiren's showing that, if he juts that shoulder forward fast, then he has what it takes to just crash his forearm down on Nick's and just take him to the pad.
Nick taking a little bit more inside approach, and he gets a little bit better setup here. We're in a hook war, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you got? Let's see. Oh, Jiren driving, Nick driving back and forth. Elbow foul on Nick.
Yeah, see, elbow bobbles are allowed, but because there was lateral movement, that means that advantage was gained, so that's when they're going to restart the match. But if it just goes up and down a very small amount, then the refs aren't going to call it in order to keep the match flowing.
Yeah, good analysis, good catch on that. And Jiren is just dominating the center, so we're going to go right to a ref skip right off the bat here.
Yeah, I think Jiren's experience is really showing here.
Oh, for sure.
He's been so active over the last year, and he's felt all kinds of different hands. He's felt people fight him in different positions, and now let's see if the shoulder roll is going to work again.
And again, well, Nick doing a bit of a drag hook. Jiren palm up, that's somewhere you don't want to be, but Nick, I think, needs to come back up, readjust, and maybe he can get a bit of more of an advantage here. Jiren pushing, trying to drive into that thumb a bit more. Nick looks pretty comfortable, but he's starting to open up a little bit more.
I love this position from Jiren.
Oh, yeah, and he has got it. I think the dominance in this round. We're going into a double Kings move here. Jiren looks very comfortable, and there he goes.
This is a great match. I love this.
I do too. This is good. Good stuff. He's motioning to the crowd. Let me hear it.
Yeah, this is another great example that shows that, and like, I think that Nick actually has the strength advantage, but Jiren's just out arm wrestling him.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Nick definitely has it there, but that experience goes a long way in this sport. So I think you get Nick a little bit more, a couple more years in this. But hey, Jeron will be that much further ahead as well, especially if he sticks with it.
Oh yeah, and I believe it says he was only in for 2 years.
Yeah.
So he is coming up fast. Like, this is high-level arm wrestling, everybody. So the fact that he's here showing such dominance and just winning all these matches, except for the one against Zack a few months ago, he's doing great. And don't be fooled, because Zack is the left-handed champion right now. So,
and that was, like, in my opinion, the match of the night, too, on that card. So
it was very
was
back
really good.
I'm curious to see what Nick is going to do coming into this. I think that he's not going to want to go for the drag again. I think he might want to try to press or slip and get to the strap, where his strength is going to be more of an advantage.
Yes. Now, I think it was his right arm that he and I were practicing with after the after pulls. He said maybe his left hand, he couldn't pronate at all. Well, let's see here. Yeah. All right, going to the ref's grip. It was his right arm, Andrew. Yes, okay. So, well, in that case, then, maybe a top roll, maybe something outside from Nick. I'm not sure, but, I mean, obviously, whatever he's doing right now.
His arm looks very blown up.
Yeah. Get a bit of a pump in there, as we all do. We get him. Some more than others. Closing Jiren first.
Like this setup from Nick. He's going too low.
No pressure.
Nick grabbing low there, as you can see. Andrew. Oh, good cupping power, good containment. We're back in a hook war again, ladies and gentlemen. Jiren seems very comfortable. Nick with a lot of power. He just needs to get behind that shoulder and push through it.
You have to be careful on these elbows with all this power going down.
He needs to stay up there and stop opening up, get into that hand some more, and get behind his shoulder, or he's going to get beaten there. Almost.
Yeah, getting turned palm up like that is not the place you want to be.
I think that was a foul on Jiren.
One elbow foul.
One elbow foul on the Blackmore. Here we go.
We're still in the ref script.
Still in the ref script, Miles says.
Don't move. Set your feet. Don't
Now,
move.
Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is going to be Jiren's second foul now.
Shoulders do not
So
move.
he only has one foul left.
I believe it is. This is the second foul.
Both capped.
And folks, again, we are having some issues on YouTube and the M spot. We'll get there. We are on some streaming services. You can watch us there as well. But we will get back to you.
Don't move.
Both guys seeming to have some fun here, though. Boom. Jiren going back to what he knows. And he finished the match with it. Jiren Blackmore, ladies and gentlemen.
Great technical showcase for Jiren. Absolutely. That was just, like I said, I believe Nick was stronger, but Jiren just really out arm wrestled him and shows him he knows what to do, and he's not going to panic when he gets in the deep water.
And let's go down to Andy with Jiren Blackmore, folks.
Jeron Blackmore, your winner, everyone. How did that match go for you, boss man?
Oh, that was awesome. It's good to be back on the winning side. Last match with Zack just tore me right up, and so this one, yeah, glad I got the win.
How was your camp training for this one?
It went pretty good up until the last week. I kind of fell apart there, but I made it down. I almost missed the whole event, but I made it down and whooped up on some Americans again.
Did you feel you had to change up your strategy at all for this fight?
I kind of did it voluntarily. I'm usually a top roller, but Nick said he was stronger than me, so I had to prove that he wasn't.
All right, thank you. We'll be back after these messages. Our next match of the night will be a right-handed match. Our first arm fighter to the table from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, Zack the Red Deer Assassin Munro.
You want to talk about some slippery arm wrestlers, and I mean that in all due respect and in a very good way. This guy reminds me a lot of Miles Hutton in the slipperiness. He's really good everywhere. The power move is the power. I love it. Right out of Red Deer, Alberta, trains with Matt Mask, Andrew. You can't ask for a better, I guess, coach or training partner than that.
Absolutely, and we're used to seeing the dominance of Zack on his left hand. And tonight it's going to be a right-handed match, so let's see if he can carry that over with Andrew. Andrew's a very worthy opponent, very strong opponent, and we know he's going to hit hard.
Our next arm fighter to the table is from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Please welcome Andrew the Iron Hand Wiedebush!
Andrew Wiedebush and that Iron Hand fits him very well, man. I tell you what, he has been in the sport a long time, and anytime I go up against him, Andrew, his hand really, I mean, the nickname fits him well. It really does.
Yeah, no, his A move is that super strong, fast posting top roll, and if you can't react fast enough, he's just going to beat you.
Tail of the tape. Height difference again here, forearm going to Zack Munro, bicep as well, elbow to fingertip. No surprise there with the height, Andrew Wiedebush. Elbow to fingertip, 20 inches. This is going to be a good match. This is the one that I think I was looking forward to most, except for the one down the line. We've got Dakota Shipton versus Declan Harper later on, but we've got these gentlemen, these bulls on the table right now.
Elbows down.
I think the key here is going to be able to see if Zack can get what he wants from Andrew in the setup.
Yeah.
Having that iron hand, he doesn't give away an inch at all. So what Zack can do in the setup is going to determine everything, I believe.
Yes, it will. I think Zack is very quick.
Elbows down, guys.
Zack getting a very good grip in there. Andrew is very deep.
Rotate. Rotate.
Andrew's center table power is very high.
Yeah, it is.
Stop.
Ref's grip. As you notice, Luke's hand down there, the down ref not giving a thumbs up.
Shoulder square.
Both these guys doing a great job thus far. No complaints from anybody, I don't think.
No pressure.
Maybe Miles gave me a little bit of a hard time because I didn't bring his strap earlier. No, I'm kidding. Brad, all the respect to him. He beat me fair and square. Much respect to him.
Yeah, I'm really looking to see Zack go for a strap here because I think if he doesn't get the strap and he tries to hold on, I don't think there's any way that he's going to be able to beat someone like Andrew just because of the styles. I think the style matchup is difficult without the strap for Zack.
For sure. I think that was the perfect analysis on this, especially if you know these guys. We're underway here almost, folks. There's a go, and there it is. Exactly what I thought would possibly happen, that Andrew really needs to get away from, stay away from. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, if Andrew cannot get that high posting knuckle where he wants it, and you're able to isolate his arm, that there is that weakness there, and it looks like Zack was able to exploit that perfectly.
Oh, big time. And I tried warning Andrew about this, and he took my advice, absolutely. As you see Jim Wright, the blonde bear from Billings, trying to give him some tips there, and Andrew's a cool-headed guy. I think he still has got a chance in this fight, but he's got, I think, maybe to get to the strap. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, I definitely think that getting the strap is going to be really important, and I also think that coming down a notch a little bit might be helpful for Andrew, because I think he was so amped up there that he might have missed the go again too, because we've never really seen Andrew not be the faster person. Not to say that Zack is slow. They're both extremely fast, and maybe Zack is just that much faster, but I think that they're going to meet in the middle here in one of these rounds for sure.
I think that was perfect in saying that, Andrew definitely is quick, but
much better setup right now.
Yeah.
Really getting that thumb height.
Elbow back.
Much better setup for Andrew right here.
Rotate.
Luke about to give the thumbs up.
Ready,
Here we go. A little bit different strategy. Oh, no. elbow foul on Wiedebush.
Yeah,
I personally didn't think it came off enough, but I may be biased. He's my guy, and obviously I'm at a different angle here.
Shoulders, don't move.
Yeah, that setup definitely
Elbow back.
better, but Zach's cupping looks very strong right
Rotate,
now.
rotate, rotate. Ready, go!
Be fireworks again. Yeah, round 2 going to Zack Munro once again.
Zach's game plan is right on. Andrew's extremely good in his lane, extremely good.
Yep.
Maybe the best in his weight class. But the thing is his A move is by and far his best move.
Yep.
So if you're able to isolate that bicep, if you're able to turn his thumb over and get him palm up, that's where people have had success with him in the past, and I think Zach picked up on that.
Yeah.
And his game, he is sliding that elbow forward so fast and getting that the thumb turned all the way over. And we haven't really seen Andrew fight out of that position before. So what I want to see now is, honestly, I think I want to see Andrew try to press and slip through the bottom.
Not yet.
Ooh, that's quite a bit. There's a long arm to slip through the bottom there, Andrew.
Yeah.
But hey, he's got to try something.
See, that's where the elbow to fingertip becomes a disadvantage.
Yes.
People always
Absolutely.
think the longer arm always wins, but there
Right.
are disadvantages to having the longer
Table.
arm.
That's right. As you can see, Munro clean shaven,
Shoulders.
meaning all
Elbows down.
business today. He's usually rocking a beard,
Shoulder
but
square. Shoulder,
not today.
grip.
Andrew looking
Rotate.
a little bit more cautious
Rotate.
on this one, understandably so. We're about underway here for the 3rd round.
Rotate.
Yeah, match
Ready,
point
go. No. False start.
Well, false
Warning.
start on Munro. That's a warning.
That's the first one this round.
Miles doing a great job reffing, keeping
Your
control
shoulder.
here.
Shoulder. Rotate. Rotate. Ready, go!
And that was not a match. It was not close enough. We're deep in the hook here. Andrew's game. Munro, oh, you can't be doing that. Yeah, no. That's a win for the American, Andrew Wiedebush. Ladies and gentlemen, like it or not, he won that round.
Yeah, it looks like the refs called it a win. I'm not sure if Zach is going to protest it. But I didn't see what he was talking about when he was pointing, so I'm not sure exactly what the protest might be over. But yeah, that looked like a clean win.
Let's see if possibly Miles Hutton is asking for a replay on that round, as is Munro. Let's see if we can possibly get that. Take a look here, guys. And I mean, I don't think it is. I mean, he's still down there. I mean,
I think it's okay.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's okay.
I think it's just
If you're
fine.
gonna whisper, Andrew, just no, we're having fun
I
down
just
here,
want to see
guys.
them arm wrestle more.
Yeah, me too, man. I want to see him arm wrestle more too. Hey, absolutely. I think, and I could be wrong, but Munro is getting a little gas, so maybe, you know,
A little bit.
he might be trying to call for any advantage he can here. I don't blame him.
And now that Andrew's found something, you know, his
Yeah.
confidence is going to be up, and he's maybe going to try to fight from that lane right off the bat.
I would hope so. I want to see a bit more of a match here, but Munro, man, he is all business, and he is looking to finish this round quick, as you can tell, and it could very well have. See, now
Yep. Yeah, now he's taking it serious.
he
Real.
really is.
Rotate.
And Andrew is taking that little bit of a lower grip. I think he might be trying to dive for that hook.
Oh, there it is. There was no question on that, ladies and gentlemen. And Zack Munro out of Red Deer, Canada, is your winner.
The Red Deer Assassin strikes again.
Absolutely. Now let's go down to Andy with Zack Munro, your winner, ladies and gentlemen.
We are here with the winner, Zack the Red Deer Assassin Munro. How did that go, sir?
Thanks, man. It felt good. Andrew's a great opponent. He's been doing it for a long time, so he was tricky in the setup. I had to really fight him, and I had to give it my all.
Did you prepare in any way special for this fight?
We were originally doing it left, but I got an injury, so we both agreed to a right match. So we both had maybe a month, so it was close for both of us.
Anybody you would like to call out?
I'm thinking that maybe Hunter Bratton might want to come for the top. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, thank you, Zach. We'll be back after this brief break. Our next match of the night is a right-handed match. Our first arm fighter to the table is from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Francis St-Hilaire.
This guy I have gripped up in an after pull, and I don't think I've really felt anything quite like it, man. My goodness.
They call him the natural, but his arm wrestling style is anything but. Definitely an unorthodox puller.
Yes.
And I love seeing him compete. I mean, I'm always going to be Team USA, but Francis is just a awesome human and a great puller, and you guys are definitely going to see some magic with him tonight.
Oh, for sure.
Our next arm fighter to the table is from Priest River, Idaho. Introducing Connor Stevens!
Connor Stevens, ladies and gentlemen. 19 years old, construction worker, and again, ladies and gentlemen, occupation. I think in the sport, first off, it matters a lot. 6 months in the sport, favorite move is a press. I'm wondering if he can get through Francis's pronation.
Yeah, Connor's definitely a newer guy in the sport, so I hope he's just one of those gifted strength guys, because getting through Francis's versatility is really going to be the difficult thing for him tonight.
For sure, and here is the tail of the tape, folks. 10-pound weight difference, forearm, bicep, and elbow to fingertip going to Francis. Anything sticking out to you there, Andrew?
No, I think in this matchup, I don't think there's anything that really stands out to me, just from the way that they pull. Both actually pull in very similar manners. So, but again, Connor being new, I think that also makes him unpredictable. I don't think we really know where he's going to go.
Wow, I can already tell, man. At least to me, his table IQ and poise, already pulling Francis across the table, man. He looks like he's really confident right now.
Yeah, these guys out of Idaho are just surprising me. Every time they compete, they just seem like they got it.
Oh, and I think a little bit of the inexperience there. Francis getting the win on that round.
Yeah, definitely didn't look like Connor had anything loaded up right off the go, and just got opened right off the bat.
Yeah.
Definitely needs to keep his head a little bit clear, more in the game. He was really paying attention to his hand, but I don't think he was paying attention to the ref.
Very good point. Very good point. You can almost see it right there, exactly what you're talking about.
Because he did have a good hand position. There was I think that was a very fair start for both. So let's see if maybe getting this second round, because competing in front of a crowd of people on camera, being live streamed out to thousands and thousands of people, makes a difference.
Yes, it does. And thank you for sticking with us, folks. We're back up on YouTube at the M spot. And for those who are talking trash, you know what? You got anything to say? Come on down here. You know what I'm saying? You want some of me? You want some of any of these other guys? We'll put you through the damn table. So come on down.
All right.
We put on a heck of a production. And sorry you got bent over it.
Touch your shoulder. Shoulders.
Connor definitely taking more of an aggressive approach here on this setup. What do you think, Andrew?
I need to see knuckles, guys.
Okay, this is definitely an odd setup here. I think Francis is going for the ref's grip. I don't think he liked, even though he got the win, I don't think he really liked what he felt. I think he's going to go for a ref's grip because, as you mentioned, Connor did look like he had a very good dominant hand position.
Very good analysis again, Andrew. Yeah, you could tell, man. He just doesn't seem very comfortable. You cannot underestimate anybody in this sport, and we're about to get underway here. Round 2. Oh, a little bit of a different setup and approach. Francis still getting the win on that round.
Yeah, I think just the time in the sport, the difference, it just might be showing a little bit too much here. Francis looks like he's in complete control. He's not bullying Connor at all in the setup. He's just confident in his ability, and he's just going sideways, and it's enough. It's enough.
All businesses, Francis, and with that replay there, you could see Connor shooting in at the thumb, trying to take away Francis's pronation, but just not having any luck with it, opening up. Easy to get behind that bicep, that arm. I notice a lot of guys don't really like to do that, especially in that position, palm up. I like it, but obviously I still got my ass whooped.
Yeah, and one thing that we see that's pretty consistent for people that are still within their first year of arm wrestling is they have a tendency to hold on too much. And definitely with how good he is, he obviously has a very strong hand because he's able to keep that high knuckle against someone like Francis. He just needs to not hold on and get into the strap and see if there is a strength difference, because obviously the age difference is there.
Yeah.
So he might be able to fight him in the strap, but he's just holding on way too much to even have any hope.
I wonder if we can call for the strap, Andrew. I want to see it, man. I think that would be maybe a turning point for Connor. But you can see here this setup, this round, he is not liking it at all. He looks like he's going to come in right for a press again, as is Connor. Oh, he is so high, and yeah, understandably so. We're going to have a ref's grip.
Set your feet. Don't move.
Yeah, I think so. He definitely did not look like he was feeling very good in that. Like the last 2 setups, I thought he looked great in it, but it looks like his hand might be gassed.
Oh, man, once you lose 2 rounds like that, your mind might still be in it, but your body's just not going to compete. For some guys, Connor carving in quite a bit, getting a little bit of a lane there, and it's opened up, and Francis with the win.
Winner.
Yeah, that was pretty definitive right there. Connor definitely did get a little bit of a carve and a little bit of a wrist bend in the start, but Francis pulled through it. What can we say? He's a great puller.
And let's go down to Andy with Francis, the winner, ladies and gentlemen.
We are here with our winner, Francis St-Hilaire. 3 and out pretty quick. How did that feel?
Felt pretty good. I was worried with the shoulder, but it held up, so that's good.
All right. Did you prepare anyway, particularly for this battle?
Just normal training.
Anyone you would like to call out?
I don't know much people here, so anybody.
All right, thank you so much. We'll be back after a brief message.
Thank you.
Our 7th match of the night will be a right-handed match. Our first arm fighter to the table from Sandpoint, Idaho, Gavin the Gavinator Lee.
This kid looks like a natural. Wide frame, good size forearms, 19 years old. He's still got a lot more to grow into that body. And he's been in the sport quite a bit, man. My goodness. He looks like he's power move pretty well rounded then, huh?
Yeah. So Gavin's coming in with a lot of confidence.
Our next arm fighter to the table from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Jeron Freeman!
You know this gentleman a little bit, don't you, Andrew? Yeah, he's pretty good.
Jared is definitely my rival, and he is one of the best arm wrestlers in the room. Do not underestimate him. He can go anywhere. He's insanely strong, and Gavin is going to have his hand full.
Power move, all of them. Both guys, everything, all of them. My goodness, tail of the tape here coming up. 198 pounds, right arm. Height difference a little bit. Weight, forearm. Andrew, anything sticking out to you?
Well, the height difference is definitely going to play a role with the way that Jared arm wrestles. He's very much a control guy who likes to take your power away so much to go right into it. So look for him to get everything he can in the setup and make Gavin feel very uncomfortable.
Elbows down, guys, before the grip.
I think we're going to see it right off the bat in the setup how this match is going to go.
Oh, for sure, I think. Both guys.
Ready, go!
Oh, we're right off the bat here.
Yep. Big elbow foul here.
Big elbow foul, says Miles. And it sure did look like one. Let's take a look at it.
That start looked really rough for Gavin. He got his rise completely crushed, and Jared didn't budge.
Winner.
Oh, man. That was pretty quick. Let's take a look at that here. Don't worry, folks.
Yeah, let's take a look at that again because that was crazy.
Let's see. And, geez, his top roll right to the back of the pad. Jeron Freeman.
Textbook right there. Immaculate. Started with a high hook and then just ended up rolling over. Got everything he wanted. And ladies and gentlemen, when you're able to hook someone right off the top like that, usually it means that you're just fundamentally in another league. So Gavin's going to have to go for a fast, hard hit, something like a press, in order to stay in this match, I think. Because one thing I know about Jared is his inside game is top-notch as well.
Table,
so
guys.
Going in the hook might not be the best way forward.
No.
Before the grip.
No, I mean, if his power moves everything, let's maybe see it something different. Luke giving the okay down, ref.
Ready, go!
And Jared seemingly just toying with.
Winner.
Oh, my goodness. Baker.
You can really see it in the setup there. Like, Jared might be a tall, lanky guy, but his forearms, his wrist, everything, like he's an arm wrestler. And if you take him lightly and do not come in with a game plan, it's going to be a bad day for you because he can take everything away from you.
Oh, man, I mean, that is just
See how far out he is on those fingertips?
Yes. Pure dominance by Jeron Freeman. I think Gavin really needs to, I don't know, Andrew, what can he do here?
He needs to try to get his shoulder in the game and get his frame in the match because that's his only, and then once you get frame on frame, it's just a matter of who wants it more.
Yes.
And that's where he's going to need to go because Jared is a very experienced arm wrestler.
No, Gavin, I think, definitely has the frame to do so. It's just a matter of getting in after his pronation on Freeman here and see what he can do with it. But they want to go to the strap.
Perfect. We finally get to see the strap come out tonight. And this, for a lot of people and in a lot of different setups, it could be a game-changing thing. But again, with Jared being 6 years in the sport and Gavin being a year and a half in the sport, unless Gavin has a sneaky press up his sleeve, then I think it's going to be more dominant for Jared, unfortunately.
I think that's his only go-to right now because obviously that back pressure, that pronation is just not matching up.
Yeah, Jared hasn't budged at all.
No. Like a friggin' steel rod in there. I don't believe I've gripped up with Jared, but if it's anything like our last competitor, Francis, both similar builds, it's going to be incredible. Here we go. A little bit of a different story here, folks, and no elbow foul. We're in a bit of a hook. Palm up. That is a round. Wow.
Like we said, the strap can make a difference. The strap can make a difference. This is a match.
I don't think Freeman's going to want to go back there. And this crowd is lit up right now. They like that one.
I actually argue that Jared might want to go back just to show that he can win with this crowd.
Oh, okay.
He's that kind of guy.
Okay. I like it. And we're going to, look at that. Both opening up, trying to gain an advantage. Jared just palm up the entire time, as you can see in this look here.
Yeah, like I said, I think that just like what he did where he pushes his shoulder forward to get it,
Yes.
get his frame in the match, that's
Exactly.
exactly what he needed.
Exactly. Perfectly put. He's excited after that one. It looks like his teammates over there hyping him up a little bit.
There's nothing quite like the bliss you get from being down 2 and coming back into the match.
Oh, believe me, I've done it once, and I was hoping to do it earlier, but I couldn't come through. My goodness, that would, this might be the match of the night right here if we could see this happen.
All right. Table.
We all love
down.
to see
Shoulder.
a heck of a match
Shoulder.
like this, especially if Gavin can make another comeback here in this round. Then it's really on.
Go.
Oh. Jared's
Yeah, you
back pressure too much.
Gotta be careful with Miles reffing. He's not gonna let that go.
No.
Okay. Ready. Go.
No, too much. And your winner, folks, Jared Freeman.
Thanks for coming out here.
Good sportsmanship, folks. I love to see it. Good stuff.
Yeah, definitely once the strap gets in there, it's more of an arm-on-arm game. So Gavin was proved that he has the arm power to go against the veterans.
Yeah.
He just needs to get that hand strong enough to fight outside the strap.
And, folks, let's go down to Andy with Jared Freeman, your winner.
I'm here with our winner, Jared Freeman. Jared, how did that go for you, boss man?
Oh, it went pretty well. He's got a really wicked strong arm, but I was able to get some purchase in the hand and put it away, so it went pretty good.
Great win. Did you do anything special to prepare for this battle?
Just lots of hand and wrists, lots of back pressure, just normal arm wrestling stuff, but just a little bit more ramped up towards the tournament. So,
all right. Anybody you think you would like to call out for your next fight?
honestly, I'm sure there's a few people around here, but if anybody wants to challenge me at any point, that's fine too. But yeah, anybody, yeah.
Thank you very much, Jared. We'll be back after a few messages. Our 8th match of the night is a right-handed match. Our next arm fighter to the table, from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, Dakota Shipton!
This right here, folks, I think is the most anticipated match of the night. Dakota, in my opinion, the showman, Shipton. I don't think he likes nicknames much. 24 years old, out of Red Deer again, Alberta, Canada. He's a pharmacy technician. 3 years in the sport. Wow. Okay, that surprises me a bit. I thought he was in the middle a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, the way he speaks and the way he pulls on the table, you think he's been pulling forever.
Oh, for sure. Articulate gentleman.
Our next arm fighter to the table is from Billings, Montana. Introducing Declan Harper!
We know this guy a little bit, don't we, Andrew?
Yes, we do, and I will say this guy represents the most natural raw talent I've ever seen in arm wrestling.
Amen to that.
This is his first super match, and it really, we're going to see how he performs on the big stage tonight because, again, Dakota's going to have so much experience over him.
Oh, for sure. Tail of the tape, both 6'2", almost exactly the same weight. Deklan with a pretty big forearm there. Anything standing out to you, Andrew? Other than the experience, I guess.
Honestly, I think the only thing that really stands out is the experience. The tail of the tape, everything's very close.
Yeah. Deklan, though, man, if he put some time into this, my goodness. But, you know, I think a lot of people underestimate Dakota's power as well. His setup game, his mind games, if you will, is bar none some of the best I have seen. This is going to be some fireworks, man.
Yeah, Declan has so much talent that a lot of people count Dakota out off the bat. You cannot count Dakota out.
Oh, my God. That was brutal, ladies and gentlemen. Dalton Waller on the sidelines there telling everybody it's all over. Let's take another look at it.
Let's see what happened here.
Oh, my God. Let's take a look at it, folks, here. See if we can get a better look at maybe what happened.
Rotate.
About to go again here.
Those guys. Ready, go!
A little bit better of a round here. Declan staying in it. Oh, folks, this is a match.
Yeah, see, Dakota showing his experience there. He learned from that first match, and he readjusted his grip. He got a little bit more of what he wanted. He forced Declan's hand down, and yeah, we have a match now.
Yeah,
Declan's
we do.
going to have to arm wrestle. He's not just going to be able to power through.
I love Dakota, man. I love both these guys, absolutely, but I want to see USA get a win on this one. I'm sorry, Dakota. I love him and his dad, Roger. Class act guys.
Great people, but yeah, it's USA all the way, and Declan's a teammate, so of
yes,
course.
He is. Yes, he is. And the crowd is fired up, folks. Like I said, most anticipated match of the night, I think. Oh, Declan in a bad setup there, but pushing right through it. Oh, my goodness, with a press. Dakota with hand control, but Declan staying in it. Oh, Dakota has it now. Center table.
Yeah, I do not like this position for Declan.
I think
he should let it go.
Oh, yeah, he should let it go. I think he's going to realize it here in a second, but if he can get back up and around Dakota's hand. Oh.
Elbow foul.
Elbow foul.
So I think that Declan's going to want to keep this out of the straps.
Yeah. Wow.
Strap good.
Like I said, man, Dakota is just unbelievable in that setup. Declan looked incredibly uncomfortable.
Ready, go!
We're underway again, and that looks like it's going to be a round for Dakota Shipton, ladies and gentlemen. Dakota got a little fired up there, but hey, he's back in it now.
Yeah, he didn't like here because, again, everyone talks about Declan's raw natural talent and how powerful and strong he is. So he was just getting sick and tired of hearing people count him out right off the bat. Again, like, we love Declan, we're rooting for him, but Dakota's someone that is just, he knows his stuff, and he will be able to find a chink in the armor. So let's see how Declan adjusts.
For sure. And, honestly, I don't know why people count out Dakota so much. He's a strong guy in his own right, absolutely, especially in his lanes. Despite the fact that Declan is, that raw power like we like to talk about, it translates really well into the sport.
Yeah, I think it's just because, Dakota's a warrior on the table, but when you watch him on podcasts and stuff, he's just such a nice, well-spoken dude and things like that, again, I think it's like a mental thing where they just don't see him there, but he knows what he's doing. I mean, anyone who's felt Declan's hit knows that stopping that is not any kind of small feat.
No, it is not. So really good job for Dakota on that round, keeping it together.
Yeah, I really want to see him try to keep this out of the strap.
Yeah, I know. And I mentioned earlier, too, that Declan, or maybe I hadn't, Declan does not like the strap.
Ready, go!
And a top roll for Dakota. Declan trying to push through, get to the strap. Don't think he wants to be there.
No, what he's going to need to do in order to get a favorable strap position is back pressure into Dakota's fingers.
Yeah.
And try to keep that knuckle high.
He's not getting a good enough jump, I think. His ready go isn't as quick as Dakota's. What do you
No,
think?
not at
No,
all. I think,
no.
and see, Declan's normally a very fast puller, but
Yeah.
being in this environment makes a difference, and this is Declan's first super match.
Yes. Very good so far, man. Even with, we are at 1-1 here.
Yeah, I really want to see him get that knuckle higher and punch the ceiling, but Dakota's doing really good at getting Declan to bring his grip down.
Rotate.
Declan.
This actually looks better for...
Go!
Yeah, he needs to stop opening up. But a very good press. It was almost a match there. Dakota staying calm and confident. Let's keep in mind that he was just in Texas, I think, at the Nationals, and he is still putting up a fight here, both these guys. Declan, if he can get a little bit of a bite on Dakota's hand, Dakota trying to readjust.
Watch your hand.
Yeah, this is a very, very bad. He's outside of his shoulder. I hate this position for Declan. Yeah.
I think Dakota knows that this is a hard-fought match right here.
Yeah, this isn't easy on either of them. I
Let's
wouldn't be
take a look.
surprised if the match went either way.
No.
But Declan really needs to get his pronation in the game right off the bat.
Yeah.
His pronation's what's saving him and keeping him from going palm up in the press. But he's not getting that dominant hand position at the start. He's not getting that high knuckle that he needs in order to get his back pressure in the game.
I don't know why they're not asking for it, but I think that might have been a pin. That first hit.
You think so?
I think so. I thought it was around. But, I mean, if the competitors aren't asking for it, then by all means.
Yes, it is on you as the competitor to argue for your wins, to argue for your fouls, to argue for your hand position. The refs are going to do everything they can to get you into the best position they can see, but you do have to argue for what you want.
And these guys are great. Luke Cote and Miles Hutton have so far done an amazing job. No bias so far at all, in my opinion. And you can always tell that a little bit in every event. In my opinion, right now, I haven't seen it.
Miles loves arm wrestling, and he's not going to let anything get past him. He's not going to pick favorites.
No.
He just wants to see the best person win.
And that's all you can ask for in referees, And I think these guys have done a hell of a job right now. But in my opinion, if Declan even killed guys, I don't think he's going to ask for replay on that. Here we go.
Rotate. Ready, go!
And another hit, ladies and gentlemen. Declan needs to stay and get a bite on Dakota's hand. He's not going to have a chance trying to slip out. Dakota staying very comfortable, trying to slip up underneath. As we know, all slips go to the strap, ladies and gentlemen. Dakota is not showing any mercy. And there we go, the straps. I think that took a lot out of Declan right there.
Yeah, pressing like that, it really blows up your brachialis. And once that starts getting tender and painful, your ability to apply power, even through your hand, drastically diminishes. And we even see that iron unbreakable pronation that we're used to from Declan is starting to give way.
Yes, it is. I think he, instead of, correct me if I'm wrong, instead of hitting at Dakota as he is, catch him. And you can see Hunter actually over here on the side. Catch him. Catch that a hit from Dakota. Maybe have a little bit more of a chance with his pronation and back pressure at that point.
Yeah, almost like a Luke Cote style defensive top roll. Yeah, absolutely. I think I would really like to see that, but I don't think he's ever had to arm wrestle from there before.
No, I know.
He's not really ever been in a losing position, so let's see what he does.
Declan in a bad setup there. Dakota looked very comfortable. And I think we might have another round win for Dakota. It looks very much that way right now, but it ain't over until the fat lady sings, ladies and gentlemen, especially in arm wrestling, and there it goes. That's really pretty strong, eh, he says.
Yeah, there's no denying Declan's strength.
Winner!
But this is probably the best loss that he could have taken in terms of learning, because every round was slightly different. Dakota did something. He could take a lot away from this.
Absolutely. And we're going down to Dakota, Shipton, and Andy, ladies and gentlemen. They're your winner.
Thank you, sir. We're here with your winner, Dakota Shipton. That was a pretty impressive 3-0 win. How'd that go for you, boss man?
Oh, man, it was super fun. Thank you, everyone, for coming, guys. The support is amazing. Red Deer Club, my family, everybody who supports me, thank you. Declan, super strong. I'll tell you what, that guy should arm wrestle more because he is so strong. But it was a blast overall, guys, and thanks for having me.
Did you do anything in particular to prepare for Declan?
Trained really hard. Everyone's been telling me this guy's so strong, and everyone's like, you're more technical, but you got to fill that strength gap. So that's really what I've been working on lately, getting stronger.
Do you have anybody that you would like to call out for your next match?
No, they tend to find me. I know the guy, Andrew Quintana, has been in the booth talking a little bit. I might have to pull him. I think after that match, he's pretty scared to pull me, though, because, you know, so we'll see. But, yeah, thanks again, guys.
Thank you so much. Again, Dakota, Shipton. We'll be back after a brief break. Our 9th match of the night will be a left-handed match. Our first arm fighter is from Billings, Montana. Please introduce Dalton Big Daddy Diesel Waller!
I love that they stick with this nickname that I gave him, and funny enough, he actually gave me mine. So, of course, I've heard a bunch over the years, and we know this guy all too well, don't we, Andrew?
Again, another guy that I pull with literally every single week. He has a fast, explosive hit, and this is definitely going to be an inside war, no doubt about it.
You guys have some wars against each other. I know that. My goodness.
Yeah, every time we pull is a war.
Our next arm fighter is out of Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. Jeremy Full Throttle at Sea!
I love the production, guys. The smoke. Where is he? Here he comes. Jeremy Etsy, ladies and gentlemen. He loves what I do. I love what he does. But, I mean, our boy's up at the table right now, man.
Yeah. Yep. No, Dalton is definitely our boy. And, you know, everyone I talk to about Jeremy says that his power is like a diesel engine, you know, and, like, Dalton's known for his explosive fast hits. So we have horsepower versus torque here, I think.
I mean, Diesel versus Diesel. He's 42 years old, man. Had me a little shocked at that. Heavy equipment operator. And these Canadians, they sure are strong. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. 220 pounds, right-handed match. Dalton gained a little bit of a weight for this match, I think, did he not?
Yes, he definitely came up in weight. And I think that's definitely going to help him out a little bit here because he's going to need all the power he can get because, again, everything I hear about Jeremy is he is a full-on power guy.
I mean, he definitely looks it. Let's see if he can put his best of 7. No. Let's see. That is the next match. Correction.
All right, guys.
Sorry, folks. Couple of diesel trucks going at it here, guys.
Yeah, and I don't expect any of the rounds to go to the strap. I think they're just going to get wrist on wrist and just go at it.
Dalton's left hand,
Take a grip, guys.
left arm is frigging, it's so good. So I'm really looking forward to this.
His left is something real special, that's for sure.
Rest grip.
Dalton looking pretty comfortable up there. I think that Jeremy not liking what he feels, but I could be wrong. He maybe just wanted to go straight to the rest grip, huh?
Do not move.
Yeah, and this isn't, you know, Dalton's first rodeo anymore, so he definitely has the experience. He's not going to get those stage jitters that he might have had before.
True.
No power here.
He definitely looks a lot more comfortable tonight, doesn't he?
Very comfortable.
Cap or no cap? Okay. We both
So
have
does Jeremy,
cap.
though.
Yes, he does.
I'm going to close you first.
I like Jeremy's body position
Don't
there.
move.
Yes. Both competitors asking
Do not
for
move.
certain things to be done here in the ref's grip.
Ready.
Ooh.
Early start.
Early start, I think, on
One foul.
Jeremy Etsy's looking at him. Yep. Miles Hutton, I think,
Feet don't move. Shoulders don't move.
giving
Feet don't
Jeremy
move,
perhaps the
shoulders don't
foul. I don't think that was a foul.
I think it
it's
was a warning.
Okay.
Yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know, you get 2 warnings before you get a foul.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Close you.
Luke right up in there
You.
trying to make
Don't
sure
move.
that this is a fair start because both guys really edging and gearing for position,
Move.
if you will.
Ready, go!
Oh. Dalton there, I think, and a winner for Jeremy Etsy on that one round. What do you think Dalton did there, Andrew?
I don't think he had his lats locked, and I don't think he had that back pressure engaged. And he's going to need both of those in order to fight someone like Jeremy, who's going to come straight at him. 'Cause if you watch here, Jeremy's going to come right forward, sink in that supination, get his hand hooked in, and just pull him down. So if you do not have your lats engaged, you're going to get pulled across the table.
Take some of the look at these replays. Palm up is Dalton. He likes to pull like that. He and I both kind of do. But you know what? Muscling guys over from time to time with guys like Jeremy Etsy just isn't going to do it today. So I think he really needs to attack a different way here.
Yeah, and Dalton's top roll is very underrated, so I'd like to see him pull it out and see if he can have any success with that, especially if he can get his knuckle high again. Jeremy's someone who from what it looked like before, I saw white fingertips, so I know he was clamping hard, so it might not be an option. But if Dalton feels like it's there, I really want to see him try for that explosive top roll that he has.
Good job pointing that out, by the way, with the white fingertips. I did not see that, but you really zero in on some of these grip ups. And it's good stuff. It's good knowledge. I love to hear it myself. And we're underway again. Dalton in a bad position. That is another loss for Dalton. Well, foul on Dalton, so...
I can't tell if they were going to restart it. Okay, it looks like they're going to restart it.
Restart that round. Man, if I had known that earlier, maybe I would have done it myself. I don't know. The hell with it, huh?
Hey, what do they say about hindsight, man?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and that time, see, Jeremy's taking a looser grip now.
Yeah?
He's going more for speed.
Okay.
Rotate. Ready, go!
Oh, again, Dalton getting just plowed right through. Jeremy Etsy, I think. You know, we talked about the jitters. I think Dalton has still got a bit of them, honestly, because we're not seeing Dalton at all right now.
Yeah,
Dalton that we know.
Yeah, he's definitely not. He's known for his explosiveness, and while Jeremy is getting good starts, they're definitely not as fast as the starts we're used to seeing from Dalton. But, you know, pulling on the big stage is a skill in itself. So we definitely want to see Dalton come out, get whatever he needs, whatever jitters, just get his head in the game, get some cold water on his face, whatever. He just needs to hit. He needs to hit.
He definitely does. He really needs to use some back pressure, I think. Stop trying to shoot in at this guy because Jeremy obviously is getting in there every time. Forgive me, folks. I'm trying to signal to Dalton to use some back pressure. But he's not seeing me at all, so.
Yeah, he's zoned in.
He is zoned in. I mean, I know what it's like, man. You can have everybody yelling your name, and you're zeroed in on that match, man. Nothing else matters.
Try and take grip. Come down a little. I need to see knuckle, guys.
I can't quite tell what Dalton's going to do here. Okay, now he's leaning back a little bit. Jeremy leaning in.
Sitting back
Stop.
a little bit more.
Rest grip. Set your feet. Do not move. Set your feet. Do not move. Set your shoulders.
Turn their shoulders off here, folks. Trying to get an even start to the match. I don't know if it's going to matter much, though.
Both capped.
Jeremy's doing a good job of getting that shoulder forward and getting a good starting position.
Yes, he is.
Move. Ready.
Both guys on that one, I think, for sure.
Both guys. Coincidental foul. They both cancel out.
On that one, so they both cancel out, as Miles says.
Set your feet, don't move. Shoulder square, don't move. Thumbs up, hands open.
Both guys really close to the table.
Cap or no cap? Both capped. Don't move. Ready, go!
Oh, and it is another win for Jeremy Etsy, ladies and gentlemen. Good sportsmanship, though. I think Dalton felt pretty good going into that match, but fortunately couldn't pull it off against this bull here.
Yeah, definitely. Jeremy did exactly what he needed to do. He had really dominant body position. He looked really comfortable in the setup. He wasn't moving too much. Again, like I said, I was really just waiting to see Dalton explode out onto the fingers.
And we have Jeremy Estey, ladies and gentlemen, down with Andy.
I'm here with your winner, Jeremy Full Throttle Estey. How was that, Jeremy?
It's good to be back on the winning side of things. Anyway, I've had last couple of super matches were a bit rough, but tougher competition, I think, and trying to take tough matches. So, yeah, I'd like to shout out to a good buddy of mine who passed away a few months ago in December, just before December, Ty Sakel. And I just lost my fucking dad, or friggin' dad, a week and a half ago before this match. So it was kind of like it's a bit of a mind fuck, trying to, stay a course and keep to the plan.
Do you feel like that had an impact on your training for this?
Yeah, it definitely did. When I was visiting in New Brunswick, I think I trained 3 times the week and a half there, and I don't think I've pulled on the table for a month and a half probably. So, yeah, no. Dalton's a super, super swell guy, so all hats off to him. He didn't have to probably take this match either, I guess, but no, I'm glad to be here.
Congratulations. We can't wait to see you back at the table. We'll be back after a brief message. Our 10th match of the night will be a right-handed match. Our first arm fighter, coming to the table from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, Jeremy Thor Dross.
Oh, it's going to be a good one for Jeremy Dross. Oh, man. 4 years? I could have sworn this guy has been in a lot longer than that. And here I am joined by your winner, Dakota Shipton, man. How's it going, brother? How you feeling?
It's so good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man. Absolutely.
But yeah, no, Jeremy Dross, newer guy in the sport, semi-new, but man, he is good. He's got a good match.
And his opponent from Spearfish, South Dakota, Ryan Thor Bussiere.
I like how Andy pronounced that one a little different, but I think it's Bussiere. I still like it, though. Good stuff.
We got a Thor on Thor matchup going on here.
Yes, we do, man. Yes, we do.
39 years old, Spearfish, South Dakota, HVAC and sheet metal, 3+ years, and he likes the hook. And I'll tell you what, man, Jeremy ain't afraid to go to the hook either.
No, I know,
I think we're battling for the hammer.
That's why I was so surprised he's only been in the sport a few years. Tail of tape here, folks. What sticks out to you, Dakota?
You know what sticks out to me is elbow to fingertip. I think that's the most important.
Yes, it is.
Especially with a guy like Jeremy who knows how to use his long arm, you can really see a big difference in that leverage. Like even look at Declan and I's match. That was only a 1/4 inch difference. And
absolutely
it makes a big difference.
Yes, it does, man. If anybody knows it, it's certainly you, man. And man, this is like multiverse here.
Norse God versus that's what I was just thinking. Norse God versus Greek God, man.
We got
Jeremy's not as nice as me, guys. You think I'm bad in this setup? Wait till you see this guy.
Dude, you were one of the best, in my opinion.
Really, thank you so much.
Like I said earlier, if I had to, my life depended on it, if you will. I was guessing
Rest
that
grip.
would win.
Thank you. I really appreciate
I
it.
wanted Declan. I
Do
did.
not
I
move.
wanted a win
Set
for
your
us because
feet.
we're
Do
getting
not
killed
move.
right now.
Set your shoulders. Don't move. Shoulders.
But
Do not
yeah,
move.
I mean, back to these guys,
Referee's
multiverse.
grip. It doesn't take long. I feel like I was in ref grip and just bang,
Both
just like that.
Yeah.
But
Close you.
I'm curious to
Don't
see
move,
this
guys.
start. It's going to tell a lot.
Oh, for sure.
This is the most aesthetic match I've ever seen.
Ready. Go.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Jeremy, I mean, from what I've seen from this guy and the after polls with him, it's like, what in the heck is that? You know, like, this guy has it, for sure.
Yeah, man. He is training hard, and I mean, he's got a good stature to him. Like,
Yeah, he does.
For 220, I feel like he's got a really good build for that class. And I mean, I'm one of those guys that personally thinks having a longer arm is always better.
Yeah.
I think longer arm leads to a better top roll,
Oh, for
which then
sure.
leads to staying outside of people's power. And I think you guys have a lot of great pullers down here, but I think when Armsageddon comes around, what we see lots of is us taking your guys' power away.
Yes, absolutely. Very
Like,
good analysis.
I'm pretty
very well put.
I'm pretty confident that I would not have beat Declan in the hook. But
Ooh, you know, I'm not sure, man. You know, I liked every angle you guys went into, but I think it's just your setup game in general anyway. I
Yeah.
think if Declan still had trained a little bit longer, had a little bit more experience, if you will.
I hope he stays with him, man. He is
I
a
do
force
too,
to be
man.
reckoned with.
He is. You know, he puts in like 3 weeks to a month as far as
Table,
from
guys.
what I've seen, and he's like a wrecking ball, you
Yeah.
know. So if he just stayed in it a bit longer.
Here we go, guys. Round number 2. And this match, just so you guys know, they had agreed to this to be a best-of-7 match. So it is first to 4 pins on this, not first to 3. We may see endurance play a factor. If Jeremy keeps on the trail he's on, it may not play a factor. But we will
Man,
see
I don't
one
know.
more
It
round.
might be a long night for Ryan Bussiere if he cannot seem to figure anything out after that first round, huh? I mean, my goodness.
It can be difficult when you get toppled like that to go back to your corner,
Yeah.
reassess, determine what you need to do. But we'll see if he does it. With a referee's grip,
Both caps.
it's tough for hookers in a referee's grip just because you can't get that wrap around that you can sometimes get in a normal setup. Especially with long arm guys like Jeremy, like myself.
Move. Ready. Go.
And we are under.
my
Ryan
goodness.
grabbed him.
Wow.
Wow.
The crowd fired up here. Wow. I'll be honest, Dakota, I did not expect that on that round. I think
didn't
that
either.
Jeremy got maybe a little bit of a bad setup there.
I'm excited to look at the replay on this. We'll get the looks. I just want to get a better.
Ryan's shoulder really committed there.
Yeah. It's tough to argue that he got a bad setup though when it was
Yeah.
referee's grip.
Yeah.
That is the
Yeah, you're
only
right,
thing
you're
I'm
right.
thinking about. But you can see he was supinated in quite a bit. If I am in the corner, I'm doing exactly what the corner's doing. They went up to the referee and said, "Hey man, I'm
Yeah.
fine with the referee's grip. I'm not fine with Ryan being as supinated as he is."
Yes.
Because that takes a step out of his game. All
Yeah.
he has to do there is drop his wrist and you're into a hook. Whereas before, he needs to supinate and carve that inwards. So
Good analysis. I like it.
takes a step away, but nevertheless, Jeremy's got to be ready for that now because I mean, the referee gets to say at the end of the day.
Well, like you said, man, Jeremy's got a heck of a
Table, guys.
hook too, does he not?
He does, but he got caught in a very low hook there with Ryan on top.
He's got to be ready for
Which,
it.
when you have a longer lever, does suck. When
Yeah.
you have a longer lever and you get caught in a hook, you are so much stretched out, like so far stretched
You know
out.
what, though? That's why I love this sport, man. You can use what you have to your advantage and vice versa. You know, a lot of people make fun of my small hands. Hey, I can slip out a lot easier, man. It's a lot less to grab onto, right?
100%, 100%. And I think that's what makes the sport so unique.
Yes.
When you look at a basketball player, everyone generally works on the same moves and tries to achieve the same things. Maybe you're a little shorter, maybe you're a little taller.
Yep.
But there's so many minute things. Your palm could be longer than your fingers, and that could lead to you being a completely different arm wrestler.
It's all about using it, what you have, to your advantage.
Both cap.
100%. Let's take a look-see here when the hands get closed. I feel like Miles is going to be a little more strict on the carve
Yeah.
here, and we might see another Jeremy top roll. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Yep, Ryan knew it.
Ryan looked almost like he felt like he missed the go there,
Yes.
which I feel like just makes this match more intriguing.
Oh,
I
for
feel
sure.
like we haven't seen these guys go both ready to rumble. Let's
Yeah,
take
I
a look
know.
at this replay, though.
And you can see here,
This top
Ryan
cam is
committed. I know, I
perfect
love
for a
this. This is
referee's
good
grip.
stuff.
You can
yeah.
really see. I don't know. It looks like Jeremy
Yeah.
just got his cup in first there.
Yes, he did.
And what I noticed the biggest difference here is Jeremy cupping high and coming over, whereas before Ryan got him into a low cup.
Okay.
And when Jeremy's high cupped and he's able to roll his arm over on that pronation, he can achieve that. But when he's low cupped and he's not strong enough to roll that over, he's stuck in that hook. I was opposed at first, not opposed, but I thought it was interesting to have to wait for the minute rounds because usually if both competitors agree, they can jump right up to the table.
Yeah.
But I thought it was fun because I'm sitting in my corner. You know, I'm 30 seconds in. Instead of going back to the table, I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, let's talk with my corner a little more. Let's make more of a game plan. Let's get some figuring out here. Especially when you're in a burner like what I was in. I'll take every second I can get. At the same time.
For sure, man. That's how I felt earlier. I was like, damn.
Well, one of my game plans was to tire Declan out. So I when I heard that it was 15 minutes or 15 second setups and a minute guaranteed, I was worried he's going to get his cardio back.
Oh, Ryan carving in quite a bit, both gentlemen.
Center looks a little bit on Jeremy's side, though, and he's keeping that lat drag. Yeah, there we go.
Set your feet. Do not move.
Miles, I got to give him credit. I think he's doing a great job.
There's
a few things that can be worked on, but that's with anything. Yeah, I was just, I'll tell you what, round one when he said go, I could not believe it. On my, I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I know, man, I know. Well, it woke you up, man, and you got the win on that one.
Of course, you know, Declan's corner was firing me up too, so that made it just better. They're like, oh, you son.
Yeah.
Great time.
All seriousness and testosterone put into this round and match.
And you can see Ryan. I'm surprised they're letting Ryan start with his shoulders like that.
He is starting quite a bit.
Yeah, sucks on the commentator right after yelling at him. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, man,
I love being back here with you, man. The M spot is constantly putting up great productions. And look at this camera.
Go!
Oh, he does it again.
Too much.
Wow, that top one. Wow, Jeremy Dross with a very dominant 2 pins in a row. He yells one more as we go into this best of 7, 220-pound. He may claim Thor's hammer with this win.
Oh, I love the way you put it. Oh, man, both guys intimidating, jacked up. Let's take another look at that round. Ryan, very committed again. Just can't seem to replicate one of the earlier rounds that he had a win on Jeremy.
If I'm Ryan here, I am pulling my pinky pressure down all the way as much as I can, and I'm trying to drag him to my side of the table. Cupping and not letting Jeremy get on top, because as soon as Jeremy gets on top, it looks to me like it is a bad day.
Yep, absolutely. Here we
you
are.
can see the VIPs around, taking it all in. Great seating. I'll tell you what, guys, if you come to an M-Spot event, you want to get a VIP table. You're right up there with the athletes. You're up and close. You're getting chalk in your face. You're just having a grand old time.
I wanted to thank my family. They flew all the way out from Bradley, Maine. My mom and my sister and my cousin and my uncle and some more family and friends back home watching me, only to see me get my ass whipped earlier. But hey,
you know, my time's coming. You guys keep giving me these bigger guys. So, and let's see what we can do here. We might not see a referee's grip, guys. We might see it go. Oh,
there it is.
I spoke way too soon. I'm never talking again.
No, Ryan, a little bit more aggressive look on that one, but
you know, if I'm Ryan though, I got nothing to lose.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fouling, I'm biting, I'm screaming, I'm kicking. I'm doing anything I can to get any leverage on Jeremy in this fifth round and possibly final.
Both guys dripping sweat here by the looks of it.
Stop.
Oh.
You know what? Early start by Ryan, but I think that was very smart.
Ref grip.
You know, sometimes you get away with it. And if
Yeah,
you get
you
away
do,
with it
man.
and you
Hey.
get in a spot you're comfortable, the match can turn around just like that.
If you're not cheating, you ain't trying, right?
100%,
I mean, hey.
especially in arm wrestling. Just something that you have to do because if you're not cheating, the other guy is.
That's right, man. Exactly.
Go!
Oh,
Jeremy
I
looks
think.
comfortable, is over top of him. Jeremy's playing with his food here.
Yeah.
Was an elbow foul on Ryan.
I think he wanted to see what Ryan kind of had there.
Oh, they called that that is the second foul on Ryan. So we have a 4-1 victory for Jeremy Dross. Very heartfelt battle. Looks to me as though round 2, Jeremy may have just missed the go there.
Yeah, I think so. And we are on down to Andy.
I'm here with our winner, Jeremy Dross. Jeremy, I felt like you showed us that you were Mjolnir's worthy Thor here tonight.
Sorry, that was the goal. I mean, when we both have the same nickname, I had to come out and prove that I am Thor.
I think you came out and proved that for sure, undoubtedly. Did you prepare any way in particular for this bout?
I really did. I knew Ryan was going to have a good arm. He's a good hooker. I stayed out of that. I stayed in his hand, and I won. So I did specifically train for it.
Do you see anybody out here that you'd like to call out tonight?
Who do you guys got? Let's go. Whoever. Don't matter.
Well, congratulations, Thor. Thank you so much, and we'll be back after a brief message. Our next right-handed match is our co-main event. Arm fighting first from Lethbridge, Canada, Jason Shaw.
Jason Shaw, ladies and gentlemen, out of Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. Dakota, he took this match on a whim.
Yeah.
Did he not?
You know what, though? I think he beats Mike Schaff.
Oh, my goodness.
I pulled him at the Lethbridge tournament. He beat Deadly Dale there.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
Then he actually got a pin on me at that same tournament. He's no joke, even though he's stepping in.
Heard that Mike Schaaf had beaten Tim Lewis, a man I know very well. Just flashed him.
Yeah.
So.
Our next arm fighter out of Billings, Montana, Andrew Arm Fanatic Quintana.
Andrew Quintana, one of my training partners and friend. He's 36 years old. He's been in the sport a little bit here. And, you know, I love the passion that he has for this sport. The former power lifter. And he's got a lot of determination.
Yeah, he does. And looking at this tail of the tape here, a little bit shorter than Jason, weight generally close. Everything else pretty even, I would say. A half an inch, not too much in the elbow to fingertip. Could make a difference, but the way these guys pull, I think we could see an inside battle. Jason, for those that don't know how he pulls, he sets up high. He does, I would say, like a high dragging hook. But I think depending on how Andrew's hand is, he could drag him inside, and these guys could battle inside, because that's exactly what Deadly Dale did to him. But
Well, goodness. I mean, if I had no idea who Jason Shaw was, my apologies.
He is no joke. He
looks legit right now on the table.
He came out of Lethbridge Arm Wrestling Club, and they've been training him up like crazy there, and he's doing really good for himself. And I will say, guys, as this referees grip is called, some people have been saying that a little bit fast for referees grips. But Miles was instructed in the rules meeting, and he had told us all, you get 15 seconds, and it's a referees grip. We're not really joking around with the grip ups. They want to see you either find a grip fast, or they're assuming you're not going to find one.
We're trying to get, you know, the show on the road and get these guys going and arm wrestling. You know,
And you know what? So far, I haven't seen very many unfair starts.
No, not at all.
Ready, stop.
Ooh.
Miles doing a very good job of staying controlled in the referee's grip, and they're not going until he says go. Yeah, no, so far it's been phenomenal, I will say. This match is very interesting to me, guys. I know Andrew Quintana has talked about having a match with me in the past, so I will be watching this very, very closely. Jason Shaw, though, no joke.
Or no cap? Both are capped.
He already looks it, man. I can tell just by the way he's gotten up there on the table.
He's just tanky for 210.
Yeah, he is.
He can cut down to 198 too. That's where he pulled me in a 198 class. So, yeah, definitely watch out for him in the future.
Do not move, guys. Do not move.
Let's see what Andrew and
ready, go.
Jason go with here, and
see,
wow, that looks like almost a pin for Jason. Yeah, that is a pin.
Wow.
I was kind of waiting for it. I was like kind of pausing there because I was like, wait a minute.
Well, it's tricky, right, as a referee, because
Right.
it's hard to call a center pin
Yeah, yeah.
when you're on your winning side.
Yes.
But you're below the pin line.
Yeah.
So a lot of referees tend to wait until you get back to your losing side.
Yep.
And that's what Jason did perfectly there. He had what he wanted. Yes, Andrew's hand may have dropped below the pin line a few times, but they did not call that until he was back on losing side. And I think I think the top will show this good here. So maybe he was dipping below the pin line here a few times, but you see Jason really latch on, and he pulls him back to center, maybe a little bit back to winning side here, and then that's where we'll see where they call the win here. Right here, he's now on winning side for himself.
Very good, very
Yes.
good. That's some good knowledge right there.
That is
Dakota. I
a
like it.
referee's discretion thing. That's something you kind of talk about with the other referees beforehand.
Yes.
Athletes may have questions, but as long as everyone agrees on that and you kind of go from there. But Andrew looked strength-wise. He looked right there.
to
He
be
just
honest,
lost the wrist.
I was a little surprised how well he kind of hung in there at first. Maybe tried to make an adjustment and just lost it. Jason is a strong, strong dude.
The way I like to explain how Jason arm wrestles, he sets everything in place and he falls backwards. And the problem is when he falls, nothing gives. His hand doesn't give, his wrist doesn't give with his right arm anyway. His left arm is still progressing, but you can see, and I would recommend to anyone watching, watch how Jason does this. He gets locked into place, and he just falls. And
I could kind of see it, yeah.
And as he falls, his pronation kicks in, and then all of a sudden your wrist is bent backwards. But Andrew's very supinated here. Very supinated, low grip. I'm just curious to see if it's enough to cause any problems.
Stop. Ref grip.
Referee's
there
grip
it
we
is.
are going to.
I noticed Jason also not capping his thumb on that grip up. I couldn't tell if he was in the prior round.
He may have. I don't remember if he was either actually, but if he was and he switched, he may just be thinking no cap because the way he beat Andrew Quintana, he had his thumb grip so hard and was able to still push him sideways. That maybe he's like, hey, I'm just gonna grab this guy by the wrist and I'm just gonna pull. That way he can't flop me. Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes when a flop causes you problems, the best thing to do is grab them where they can't flop you.
Yeah.
Right? I probably could have did that to Declan, but I didn't really want to.
One foul.
One foul on Shaw.
Open it up.
I like what Jason's doing here, though. He's willing to take the fouls to keep Andrew guessing.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a good way to put it. It's a good way to look at it.
When you're feeling the pressure of needing to go directly on the go because the guy across from you on the table is going early, you tend to miss the go more. It's that fighting for perfection, you don't always get it kind of mentality.
Don't move,
Whereas when
guys.
you're just trying to hit a short gap before the go.
Ready, go!
And you can see Jason hit that go.
Yeah, that was a very convincing win
for
Jason Shaw on that round. Wow.
Jason Shaw, though, obviously this match isn't over, but I would not take anything away from Andrew Quintana. It's tough to come into a match with someone you weren't expecting to arm wrestle. You don't really know much about him, especially a guy like Jason. This is his first time on a stage or anything. You can't really watch any footage. Yeah.
Wow.
He's still like relatively quite new. I'm pretty sure he's like a year and a half.
That's it.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I know these guys, as arm wrestling gets more popular, what I notice, these guys are coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, they are.
And they're just been working with their forearms and hands for so long. And it's like, and then there's poor guys like me. I got to deal with it all the time. It's just horrible.
Well, man, I think it's made you a much better arm wrestler for sure.
No, I agree.
All that competition up there, man. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Well, anywhere you go, there's always great arm wrestlers. I think that's so fun.
Yes, there can be.
And you know what? You know what needs to happen? I love what Armsageddon's doing and M-Spot's doing, but we need to get some more of these Eastern guys over and do a little West-East going on in North America because...
You're talking about like
almost like country folk city slickers.
You're talking about like East Coast, like like where I'm from?
All right, guys.
Anywhere. We could do Eastern Canada. We could do Eastern America.
Yes.
And if we formed a team over here and we went against some of their guys, I think you could have a really fun card.
Yeah, we
Even
could.
that Country Folk City Slicker down to the wire, down to the women's at the M spot held a year ago.
Yeah.
That was just phenomenal. A lot of good things on the way, guys, for arm wrestling. And you can tell by the production here today that it's only getting better and better. This front camera, this top camera, like, just look at the quality there. Jason letting him work. Elbow foul on Quintana.
Elbow foul here.
Yeah, he went right into a hook with Andrew, trying to test out to see what he had.
Jason
and we had an elbow foul on that one.
A lot of
elbows down.
Yes, he does.
Shoulders, Andrew. Shoulder.
That's the one thing about arm wrestling, though, is you can come to these super matches, constantly lose, and everyone thinks, oh, this guy's not great. But it just depends on the type of competition you get.
Absolutely. Jason looking to have really...
I want to see this go to straps. I hope Jason... Yes.
Strap!
There we
called
go.
It, yeah.
You know, I don't think it'll make that much of a difference.
No.
But let's look at this replay and see. I just think that... I think Quintana will get a really good chance to get his flop wrist press set. And I just want to see Jason Shaw work from there a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's doing a very good job. He's pulling Quintana away from his arm, moving his elbow, and then he jumps on top of it and tries to turn it in.
I think he thought, you know, like we're all thinking, like, oh, let's see what this guy has in the strap.
100%.
Huh?
And you got to love people with that mentality. I'll tell you what, though, Jason Shaw, I've been doing a bunch of practice with him. He shows up and he redlines for an hour and a half. He will grab anyone and he will redline, and you can see the hard work paying off here.
Don't you love guys like that?
Oh, well, it's fun when they're not good. When they're good, though, it's not fun. Yeah.
Andrew looked to have a decent grip.
Jason,
but
he's working the strap very well with his pronation, but Andrew is cupped and carved here.
Ready, go!
Oh, yeah. Big win for Jason Shaw on this stage here. And
winner.
Wow. Very dominant win by Jason Shaw.
I mean, look at the size of the wrists on this guy. He's just jacked.
Yeah, no, he's very
Natural.
strong.
And let's take it on down to Andy.
I'm here with winner Jason Shaw. Jason, you took this on a last-minute notice. How do you feel you did?
I feel I did pretty damn good for 2 days' notice.
Andrew is no joke. He's a pretty good competitor, but you definitely came in here and showed him who was boss. Did you do anything to prepare special for this match?
I just train hard every day, and that's key to victory.
Anybody you would like to call out?
I'm going to leave it up to Dion to pick the next one.
Congratulations. We'll be back after a brief break.
I need to get a better ready go. I'm a react catch guy, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing is I didn't have a get home for a long time, so I was constantly working on it. But the right's catching up.
Yeah.
So, the right's got good connection, and it's, as you watch from the Dakota match, and everything was good.
That was killer. That was killer. I'm surprised Dakota beat Deklan.
He is more deceivingly strong than I would imagine.
Yeah. It's just his press was kind of scary. I didn't like his arm like this.
Well, that's the thing, and he was looking away, and it's like, watch your hands. Watch your fucking hands.
I know.
Our next left-handed match is our main event of the evening. From Sandpoint, Idaho, David Dark Prince Till!
Now, I know, Dakota, a lot of these Idaho guys are a force to be reckoned with, but I've never seen this guy, Paul David Till, and I think he's a little bit of an underdog today.
I think he
but
is
don't
too.
underestimate anybody as sumo in this
You know
area.
what though? I saw him after pulling yesterday, and he was it was the pre-pull party, but he was grabbing some guy's lefty, just running through him like he was confident.
Our next arm fighter is from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. Please introduce Dustin Hutton!
is a national champion, is he not? Yes.
He is a national champion, and he just went and I believe he won the Arnolds.
Oh my goodness, yes, I did hear that as well. I mean, his father is who again? A former
Len Houghton, who is standing in the corner, who is also a
forget.
national champ.
Yes.
I don't know if Len's a world champ.
Take a look at the tail of the tape. Bit of a weight difference, height difference, forearm, everything here, guys. But let's see if the underdog can go through. Dustin Houghton is as fit as it comes.
Yeah, well, and they're going to be setting up. But Kevin, it was a pleasure being here with you. Andrew was back to jump
as
on.
well.
And
Yes.
take care, everybody watching.
All right, guys. Elbows down.
Andrew, glad to have you back, brother. Hard-fought battle, man. I know what it's like. I lost my match earlier as well.
It didn't go the way I thought, but let's see if David can bring this home for USA.
I would like to see that right about now. I'm not going to lie. I do love this Dustin Houghton, though. Just met David today. Both guys
Center a little bit.
setting up very differently from each other.
Shoulder.
Yeah, Dustin's a true leader of the sport, so it's going to be really easy to, or really interesting to see what David has for him.
Ready, go. Whoa.
Oh, my God.
Is that a false start?
This crowd is quiet right now because I don't think we expected that. But I think, again, false start, perhaps, maybe.
Shoulders.
I mean, we saw that in the match earlier with Declan and Dakota.
Yeah, but after seeing what David's little brother Brennan did with Brian Parliament a few months ago,
Yeah.
I don't put anything past his big brother being able to do something crazy here.
No, I know. These guys' hands, like, they aren't like, they're just girthy, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
They're just freaking really thick.
Well, they change tires all day, you
Yeah.
know, and that's all in the hand.
Andrew, I think we need to get into different work, man.
Both
You know, I mean, I'm a truck driver. Over the top, right? Hey, I just need to put some more attachments in my
I
truck.
work behind a computer.
Ready, go.
Oh! Going to a strap on that
I like
one.
that.
I did not expect that. David Till is fired up.
Elbows
Rightfully so, guys.
That is an explosive press.
Dustin Houghton, a professional, strong polar. I've seen him a couple of times now, and he is all business.
Yes, he is. He comes from a long family heritage of arm wrestling. We saw his father, Len, pull with Dustin Finley at Armsageddon last year, and he's a multiple-time world champion, and his son's looking to step in his footsteps.
Oh, absolutely. And he's done a heck of a job thus far as well. David Till, I think, not really liking the setup. That said, Dustin does have the buckle on his hand.
So one thing people might be noticing is David's hand is back, and it looks like his wrist is back, but because he's a presser, that's what he wants. He wants to start with his wrist a little bit caved back. So for most people, it might be a disadvantage, but for him, it's just a faster way to get where he wants to go.
That's a good point. You know, some guys I've seen in tournaments have done exactly that. And I'm thinking, why are they doing that for? Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, no, when pressing is your A move, you do not care about that wrist.
No. Both gentlemen really battling for position here. We are still yet to get a round.
And one thing David's really confident about is his endurance. So he thinks that even if Dustin can stop his press, that it's still his match.
Oh, wow, when we have a stop there, Dustin seems pretty comfortable, as does David. He's asking Dustin to finish it. He seemingly can.
He's just absorbing every hit right now.
Wow. David Till, ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event.
Yes,
and it's already starting to show why we put it here.
Dustin is shocked right now.
I think he is too.
There is a look of shock in his eyes. I think he came in expecting an easy day.
You know what, though? It's nothing he hasn't dealt with before, though, 100%. Let's take another look. Dustin really just keeping his pronation stuck in there, but David almost with like a Michael Todd-esque. Looks
Very
just like
Michael
him.
Todd-esque. And actually what's funny about this is Dustin's pulling just like his dad.
Yeah.
And this is exactly, not 100%, but this is where we saw Dustin Finley fight and pull through his dad a year ago.
That's right.
So this may be a little weakness in their family
tree
arm wrestling kind of style.
You know, I know a lot of people are underestimating David. I certainly wasn't, like you said. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. I'm an American guy. I want to win for us.
For sure.
Everybody loves an underdog, right? So what better way, what better opportunity than to see it here at the M spot, you know, with the production we put on with these arm wrestlers here.
Ooh, David's setup is actually dominant here in my eyes.
I think Dustin might be trying to press here.
It looks like he's trying something. Oh, slip, yep.
Yeah. You know, they should have just asked for it, I think.
See, and this is a tricky one in this matchup because typically I'd favor Dustin with his experience in the strap because there's so many more lanes and there's so many tricky things you can do in the strap. But pressers are so dangerous in the strap where if they get that shoulder forward and they get their wrist bent back, it's so hard to pull them out of that position.
I'm trying to get a USA chant going here, Andrew.
Open your hands more, guys.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, we need it. We're, I believe only Nicholas Abell has a win on the board for USA today.
Hands open.
Here it goes. I'm signaling. And we're getting the crowd fired up as I did. Here we go, folks. That's what we want to hear. Canada, Dustin. Canada's own Dustin out with a win on that round.
Yeah. Dustin showing his experience there for sure.
He is so poised, man. I know, like we talked about just a second ago, that he was a little shocked, but again, it's nothing that I don't think he's seen and really felt before. But
exactly.
David's still keeping it together, seemingly so far. Just wasn't able to get enough of a bite.
And if they show the replay again, you'll see how right before the go, Dustin back pressured and he took all the strap. He took all the strap away from David.
Perfect. Let's take another look at it. Exactly
right
what
here.
we're talking
Watch, you're
about
see
here.
It's going to tighten around his wrist right here.
Yep. He used it to really just wrench right back, pull back. Yep, I see exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah, and once you get that bite on the strap, you literally just lift your opponent off the table, and there's almost nothing they can do about it.
Now, and David, you could tell at the end of that round, it's like, yeah, you got me there. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, see, and again, I don't know what's going through David's mind right now because it's hard to tell if he's going to want to keep it outside the strap, but I don't think Dustin's going to allow him to keep it outside the strap because he's setting up again like he's going to slip. Very loose grip.
The crowd fired up, and another slip.
Yep.
Come on, guys.
Nope.
Elbows down, hands open.
Let's take another look.
High or low?
Andrew Wiedebush helping David alleviate some of that acid in his arm.
Yeah, what I think I want to see from David going forward, especially in the strap, is maybe not fully committing to the flop, trying to keep his wrist a little bit more flat in the first inch of the movement, just to see if he can get some more bite and just knock Dustin out of his shoulder. Because if Dustin stays, look how tight Dustin is in that shoulder right now. He has to get him out of there.
Yeah, another bad position. No.
Was that an elbow? Off the back?
I was going to say that was not a round, but, I mean, hey, I'm biased, like I said. But, in my opinion, I don't think that was a round.
I don't think that was a round. If it's anything, it might, because they both went back super hard.
Yeah, they did.
Someone might have got their elbow off, but I think they're...
No.
I don't agree with that.
No, I don't really either, in my opinion. From that view, it did not look like a pin. But, again, I'm over here watching on a monitor.
Yeah, we definitely don't have the view that Miles does.
Let's take a look at it.
And the head ref has the final say.
For sure. From this view,
it's hard to tell
I
from this
don't
view.
think so. From that view, in
But
my
I don't think
opinion,
so.
at all. That was not a round, but I think Dustin might even have been surprised.
Unless his pinky just...
no,
I don't think that's
that was not a round.
I don't think so. It was close, but I don't think so. I think he had about another inch.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll give it to him, I guess.
Fucking cold shower, I think.
Both these guys kind of talking about it. I love it. Good sportsmanship, man, even between rounds.
Now, was this?
You can hear Dakota in the background giving him a little bit of advice.
Is this a best of 5 or a best of 7?
This?
I believe this is still a best of 5, but
believe
I
it was
think
a
they
best
should
of
still have
5.
one more unless they're still debating. Because by my count, that was
I think
2.
that these guys are looking for a replay, actually.
I think so.
Yeah, now Miles is asking Dion for a replay on that, a challenge, I guess, if you will, to see if that was a pin. And I thought that's originally thought what should have been done, and maybe perhaps it's what they're trying to discuss right now.
Yeah, I see Miles over there talking to Dion.
Yeah, you can almost faintly hear what he says. Oh, I guess it's over.
But anyway, as you were saying.
All right, folks. We'll take it on down to Andy here in just a second.
We're here with our winner, Dustin Hutton, for our main event. How did you feel about that, Dustin?
Good, yeah. David surprised me. He's got a real sticky spot. He's been training hard. It was a good match. Thanks for taking it. So.
Did you train any particular way special for this match?
This is my 3rd event in the last 5 weeks here, so I had a pretty good training camp before that and just kind of led in these last few events. So.
Anybody you would like to call out for your next match?
No one in particular. I'll talk to Dion and Gelder here, but one of the top guys in North America, I think, for sure. So.
Well, congratulations. We're going to go ahead and send this back to Roy, Kevin Roy, and Andrew Quintana.
That's Playboy Roy, Andy. And folks, we have had a heckin' event today here in Black Eagle, Montana at the Black Eagle Community Center. I'm Kevin Playboy Roy, joined by Andrew Quintana. What did you think, man? I wish we could have got some wins on that, but hey, it was what it was.
It might not have gone our way tonight, but every match was really exciting. The pace of this event, great as always. Red Leg Studios and Dion know how to put on a show, and I cannot wait for the next one, August 30th.
Just such a great event. I can't wait for the next one. You know what kind of show we put on, folks. Come on down, be a part of it. Stop talking trash. Come be a part of it. Come get some. You know, hey, come on down to Magic City Arms. Come train with us. Or, what is it, Red Deer?
Absolutely. It was a
All right,
pleasure,
folks.
as always, Playboy. And until next time.
And if you're not down with us, we got 2 words for you. Get bent.